For coming, I'm really excited for tonight because it shows it's important to you that you wanted to be here, but it couldn't be here, so I'm really excited that you guys wanted to be here, but it couldn't be here, so I'm really excited that you guys actually. What I want out of this is hopefully I can answer a lot of your guys' questions, because I know every single person here has questions. What I want you guys to get from this is not a nutrition talk on how to lose weight in 10 days, or how to lose weight in 30 days, or how to lose my belly fat, or what about my body. Okay? It's not about that because it's not going to be sustainable at all. Sustainability on what you're eating, and also how to help you feel a little bit healthier and more balanced overall, because this is not a diet. Nutrition is not diet. Okay? So, first thing first, what are we here for? Food. We all love food, right? You almost put tacos up on there. I almost put tacos up on there. So this is what I'm gonna give you a little outline of what we're gonna go through, so I don't feel like I'm losing you. And when I'm losing you, just raise your hand and ask a question, okay? Because I don't want to make this super scientific. I want to make it more applicable. So I'm gonna go through a little chart that I truly believe in when I feel a little bit lost, or I feel a little bit snacky, like on Doritos, or I feel a little bit like, oh, I want to do more of this, or I feel like, you know, I'm really inflamed through my joints and stuff like that. So once I go back to this chart, it resets me. And I'm telling you right now, no one in here, no matter who tells you what, is going to have a perfect health food habit. You're just not going to have it. But what you're going to find is those core values that is going to go back to where it's like, okay, I'm reset, I need to reset. And it's not going to be every Monday. Have you guys seen that meme? Monday, I'm going to get you Monday. No? Okay. Exactly. So it's not going to be every Monday, but it's going to be resetting you when you feel a little bit off. Okay? Then I'm going to tell you what you cannot eat, what you shouldn't eat. I know that's going to be the fun part. And then I'm going to tell you what you could replace it with, and the timing overall. Okay, so food. That's going to be important. Another thing that we always talk about, health. What's health for you guys? Oh wow, interactive group. Health. What's health?
Being active.
Being active. What else?
General well-being.
Longevity.
Longevity. Thank you. Did you look at my chart? I'm just kidding. Points for I'll be. Longevity. Being active. What else? Active is with pretty much performance.
Energy.
Energy. Fuel. It's energy. What else? Deliciousness. Let's wait a little on that. What else? What's health? What's food? What's longevity? What is it that you want? You just told me what you want. Tell me more. Something that's really important is right here. Something that if you don't have that, you're going to want to drink tons of coffee with tons of creamer, and your mood's going to change, and you're not even going to have sexy time. Sleep! I was the sexy time.
You're gonna have to edit the video.
Nailed that.
Edit.
Nailed that. Okay? Sleep. It is huge. What else? What do we all want in life?
Sexy body.
Thank you. Thank you. Aesthetics. We all want to look good naked. I don't care what you say. We want to look good naked, front, back, side, this, all of that. So yes, aesthetics is important. Okay, what else? I hear Coach Jenna say this all the time. Make good choices. Have a good day, make good choices. Right? When you make good choices, that's equals to what? What does that give you when you make good choices? In life, what does it give you in life? Fulfillment, happiness. Gives you quality of life. Right? Quality of life. That's a huge one. Quality of life. Quality gonna work. Yeah, that's it. Definitely that's what it is. Who's that? Someone needs to answer that? No. Alright. Okay, so sleep, we talked about it. It affects what? The brain. It affects everything. Mood. Performance. What do people think when it comes to performance? Oh, I need to take this, I need to take that, I need to take that, I need to take that, so I can be stronger, faster, leaner, sexier, longer. Supplements. Now, I'm not telling you this is good or bad yet. We just have that in the circle. Okay, quality of life. What do we have with sleep? Sexy time. We all need sexy time. That's part of balance. Longevity, health. Balance. You have to be balanced, guys. You cannot think of, I'm going to get in this diet for 30 days, for 60 days, and be perfect, because then you're going to rebound worse than when you first started. And it's not going to be balanced, it's not going to be enjoyable, you're not going to have quality of life, you're not going to have sexy time maybe for those 30 days. And then you're not going to go back to sleep good, because your habits are not good. Okay, what else? What's here? What I would just talk about. Okay, we want this now. I want an 8-pack. So I could rub this little thing on my belly and I'm gonna just look so good. What is that? It's abs. Diets. Diets. AKA chocolate. I'm just kidding. Okay, so how does this work? Food is gonna be what's gonna dictate all of this. As much as you don't think so, believe me, you will. You can be healthy all you want, you can be working out here all the time, you could probably be sleeping okay, maybe 8 to 9 hours. But if your food is crap, your life is gonna be crap. You can quote me on that. So this is gonna be the main source. I'll put it on pink just for Jenna. Yeah. This is gonna be the main thing that if you could change this, you could change a lot of different aspects of your life. I promise you that. I'm not an infomercial that's gonna guarantee you, but I promise if you change food quality, it's gonna change everything else. So this is how it works for me, and hopefully it'll work for you. Hi Chelsea, say hi to Chelsea. Hi Chelsea. Okay, so if you have good food, you'll have good health. You have good food, you'll have good performance. Good food, good sleep. Good food, good balance, good longevity, aesthetics. You'll have plenty of energy. You have quality of life. You have sexy time. What do you think doesn't fit in this circle? Once in a while, not too bad. This circle right here. Circle of love. The Lion King. What's that circle? Diets. Diets not gonna work, guys. I'm telling you. Supplements. Depends on what it is, but it's not gonna be sustainable. Are you gonna pay $60, $80, $200? You're gonna take 80 pills a month? No. This is not gonna be sustainable. The only supplements that I will give you are very natural. That's gonna just come from food sources. You guys like my diagram? So excited, right? Okay, so everything that we're going to talk about today is going to always go back to this. And as we talk about this, I want you to start thinking of what's important for you. So I'm going to talk about paleo. I'm going to talk about exactly what you need to do to actually drop where you want to drop. And I'm also going to talk about performance. Because if you sometimes focus on just aesthetics and being sexy naked, it's not going to work. It's going to fail you at one point. But if you focus on purpose and fuel and performance, those will come. Those are side effects, right, Coach? Okay? So, let's start. Eat and what? Sugars. Sugars. Okay, check this out, guys. This is going to blow your mind if it didn't blow your mind already. Insulin. What's insulin?
Regulate
Insulin. Hope you didn't get that on camera.
No, you're good.
It helps regulate your glucose levels. It regulates your glucose levels.
Glucose levels. Okay? What does that mean? Simple terms.
Blood sugar.
Blood sugar. Woo! I feel really good. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh, that coffee was good. Oh, I feel tired again. Oh, that one. Like that. That's insulin levels. Crappy food equals this. During the day, during the night, during the entire life that you're living. Now, if you fix your food, your insulin levels are going to be more level throughout the day. So they're going to be a little bit like that, maybe more like this, maybe more like that. There's never going to be a perfect straight line, I'm telling you that, because then we wouldn't be humans, we'd be like robots. But that's what we're trying to get to. We'll be here, and we'll be here. So how are we going to get there? Or actually, what causes this? Besides sugars. Give me an example of sugars.
Carbohydrates.
Carbs. Give me more specific.
Gummy bears.
What?
Gummy bears. Potatoes.
Gummy bears, potatoes, fruits,
Rice.
yogurts. Everything that doesn't say sugar doesn't mean that it's not sugar. Banana. It's a big sugar. Banana. They're so delicious. I love bananas. Don't get me wrong. Cherries. I love cherries. They're the highest glycemic index ever. Okay, so what you think is healthy, tell me if this is healthy for you guys. This is delicious. Yogurt, strawberry yogurt with some coconut strips, with some granola. Oh, but it's the organic granola bar, the granola little thingy. With some oatmeal, you put a little bit of more bananas, and then you put like an orange juice on the side, and you have it for breakfast. That's pretty delicious. How is that?
Wow.
Tell me the truth if you think that's good, and you thought at one point in your life that was good.
1 point.
At one point in your life, you thought that was good. But hold on, you have to add the wheat bagel on the side. Because it's wheat. But it's not, I'm telling you, it's to think like that in college, so hopefully thank the Lord that I was able to see past that. But yeah, that was something that I thought was actually good. Why? It's fruit, it's yogurt for probiotics. Probiotics are good for you. But this little yogurt right there is not going to do anything for me, my stomach. And then I have more granola, and I have more of this, and I have more of that. So all that, my insulin just spiked up at what time? Maybe 7:30 in the morning. So by 10, you're craving these coffees because your insulin just dropped. You're feeling kind of like so out of it, and then when you're at work, you need something else to spike it back up. So then what do you eat during that? Oh, I'll have a donut. Oh, donut, coffee, that'll do it. Boom, back up. Then you come back down. Oh, maybe I'll have a sandwich. That sandwich is so healthy because it has lettuce and tomato and turkey. It's turkey breast. Oh, boom, back up. Okay, I'm gonna go out with my friends Taco Tuesday. Perfect. Have a lot of those tacos. Don't get me wrong, no tacos. But big flour tortillas with tons of tomatoes. Boom, back up. Okay, I'm gonna get home. Oh, I'm craving that. My favorite dessert ever. What is it? Ice cream? Or what is your favorite dessert? Cookie Reese's Pieces, peanut butter and Reese's. Boom, back up. Now I can't even sleep because my freaking cycle is so bad. And then you go back again in the morning. And then you're back again, and you're back again. See what I mean? And you're gonna be stressed out. That will add up to your pounds. That would add up to all of that stuff that we talked about. Okay, so how do we fix that? Well, maybe in the morning what you want to be doing, let's say who sleeps around 8 to 10 hours a day. Hopefully, right? Yeah, that's bad, I know. 6 to 8. Okay, 6 to 8 hours of not eating, of not fueling your body. 0. You wake up, you have some couple eggs, maybe some scrambled eggs with spinach, with some bell peppers, just a little bit of carbs there, some garlic. Maybe you can put in some mushrooms. Oh, delicious, perfect. It's a big old plate there with some water. Maybe you have your fish oil supplements. That's the only thing that I would say. Fish oil is there. Great, you are level and you are good to go. You can have maybe a protein shake there with that too. Or you can have your protein espresso shot that Jenna makes. That's so good, but I can't have because my heart will explode. Right? So then by the time 10:30 comes, then you can level out with another snack. Would be maybe almonds. Or a lot of people snack on carrots, but carrots, guys, is high sugar. Think of like you're snacking on cherry tomatoes. Full of cherry tomatoes. I know people that, yeah, see, we didn't have that growing up. But those are high on sugars. Just like grapes. We know a Grape Monster in our group that grapes are great, but they're high in sugar. So what can you eat?
Nuts.
Brussels sprouts. I don't eat those. Woo! You can though. You can have Brussels sprouts. What else?
Celery dipped in almond butter.
Okay, that's not too bad. But you're gonna have that every day. But almond butter is still gonna have sugar. But it's better than peanut butter. So yes, I would do something like that. The only thing with that, your high protein is not gonna be there. So instead of thinking of that, think of there's always has to be some protein, some fat, and some little bit of carbs. But depending on your goal, meaning if I want to lose body fat and I want to get a little bit leaner, I have to focus a little bit more on different things compared to other people that need to be gaining more. Losing gain, right? It's going to be very different. So what I'm telling you right now, or what I'm going to share with you, is not going to be a specific template because that had to be individual programming for each person, which we can do. But for today, it's going to be more of a general thing to be healthier and slowly start learning your body. Okay? Who knows their blood type here? Raise your hand. That's it? Okay. That's another way to eat really good. Blood type. Not just body type, but blood type, because that's how your actually stomach works in your inside, your physiology of your own body. Okay. Any questions so far?
Yes.
Any questions? Yes, go for it. Throw it. No one has questions. Yes.
When you wake up, how soon should you eat?
Perfect. When do you eat? How much you eat? What do you eat? As soon as you wake up, if you're not having a training session, you should eat probably within 30 minutes. What should you eat? Protein. High protein. And some fat. If you have, for example, let's say you wake up at 6 and you're going to work out at 9, or let's say you wake up at 7, you work out at 9, you eat right away, and I would add some carbs in that, so that way you can actually have some, a little bit of more energy for the 9 a.m. That's for performance. If you want to get nice and lean, I would just have protein, a little bit of fat, have my workout, eat a good meal right after my workout. That's when you would want to have the starchier carbs, stuff like that. Any other questions?
What sort of strategy do you try?
Perfect, I'm glad you asked that. Okay, this is important for either you guys to write or you guys to memorize, but I always tell everyone that I know, don't rely on your memory because it'll fail you. So, starchy carbs are the carbs that you want to have either before a workout or after a workout. Starchy carbs means they're high in glycemic index, meaning high in sugar, meaning spikes your insulin, meaning carby carbs. Okay? Banana, potatoes, sweet potatoes, carrots, pineapple, watermelon, beets. Love all those I love. Bread, pastas, crappy stuff like that. What's up? Before or after? Now I will explain to that. Those are more of the starchier carbs. Less starchier carbs would be, give me an example, Albert, I know you know it.
Gummy bear.
Less starchy?
Brown.
Broccoli.
Veggies, so fibrous.
Less starchy carbs, yeah.
So broccoli,
Broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, asparagus, asparagus. Jenna, you can jump in. What else? Spinach, kales. Bell peppers are in the middle.
Brown rice.
Brown rice is starchy. Brown or white is still starchy. The only thing it changes is the color of the wheat. Flour, wheat flour. Brown. It's like you go white person, brown person. They're still people. What else? Let's starchy. Yes.
Would quinoa be?
Quinoa. That's more of like a rice, but it's better than rice. So yes, that's great. What else? Tang. You know what's up because I've seen you cook. I've seen you cook. What else?
String beans?
String beans. Corn starchy. What is it, the one thing that could be fat, protein, and carb at the same time?
Nuts.
Avocado and nuts. Da-da-da-da, those are the best ones. So I want you to have nuts and avocado in your head, okay? I want you to have that in your head so that when we move on to some other things, you have that. But those are going to be very good for you. Okay, who asked me that? Starchy carbs. Okay, what else? What other questions? What proteins are good?
Chicken breast.
Chicken breast, turkey, fish,
Tilapia.
tilapia, as long as it's well caught. Red,
Egg.
Ribeye steak.
eggs, steak. Steak is good, guys. You just have to make sure you find the right one. Huh? In moderation. Yes. That's a great question. I bet a lot of people have that. See, it has cholesterol, but this is how it works. The egg, egg, and then the yolk.
Proportionate, it's good. Unless you donut.
Oh my god, it looks like this. Okay,
in
well
water?
anyways, the white, if you, a lot of this has to do with what your goal is. So first thing before anything, it has to be what your goal is. I'm gonna give you 3 scenarios. I'm 200 pounds, my 39% body fat, my cholesterol is really high, I have high blood pressure, and I'm almost close to taking diabetes medicine. You better get on that 30-day paleo type of challenge where you're gonna just cut out all the crap in your life because you are close to not being healthy. You're not even gonna be able to play with You're not even gonna be able to play with your kids, with yourself, with your spouse, with anything like that. I'm serious.
It's good. No, yeah, it's great.
It's just real life. Right, coach? So that is something different. Let's say doesn't matter about the weight because the weight is really doesn't matter what's inside. But let's say you're 180, your body fat it's about 25, you're a male. That's still high. But let's say you're a female, you're 150, you're about 24, that's not too bad, and you are looking to just get a little bit healthier. Yeah, you can still do the 30 days and you're gonna feel great, you're gonna feel great, and then just kind of sustain it through that. But you have a little bit more of kind of like a leeway on what is gonna work for you. Now there's another end of the spectrum. I'm really, really skinny, I'm not eating enough, I'm getting into sickness because I'm just not getting my nutrients. It's the same as if you're really overweight, it's the same kind of thing. Then you would get those 30 days of eating whole foods or eating really good foods that will actually feed that, right? So the egg, back to the egg. The white stuff has protein and has cholesterol. The yellow stuff, the yolk, has cholesterol, but it also has protein. It's not bad cholesterol. So let's say you're gonna have 4 eggs, you're gonna have 4 yolks. If you are this extreme, you're gonna have 1. If you're this extreme, you're gonna have 4. If you're right in the middle, I would have 2. See that? You kind of play it around, you kind of balance it out. But it's not bad. Now, I eat a lot of eggs, probably 30 to 40 a week. Eggs are like my lovers. So, I didn't stop.
Yeah, you're good. You tap out. You're tap out. Yeah.
Strike out. So, they really are. So, if I'm not eating 40 yolks a week, because that cholesterol will eventually catch up to me. I mean, that's only going to be young ones, you know what I mean? So I would kind of like ration it out. So you kind of have to start being conscious of certain decisions. Within 30 minutes, you have to have protein and some type of glucose. That's why I always say, if you guys are going to stick around for something else, you have to bring something to eat. And then within 2 hours, you have to have a good meal.
How's shellfish? Like oysters, shrimp, crab, lobster?
I know you love them oysters, I do too.
No.
Shrimp is so good, but it has high cholesterol. So the thing about them, they're oysters are the bottom feeders, right? So they really don't have that high protein. It's gonna be more like a dessert. But instead of being a sweet dessert, it's gonna be a salty dessert.
Is there a lot of cholesterol on oysters?
Not too bad, but I wouldn't have it as a meal. I would have it as an appetizer or as a dessert. I wouldn't have it as a main course meal. Same with shrimp.
And like crab and lobster and that kind of stuff too?
Lobster's not too bad. Lobster you can have that. But I would have, for example, lobster, half a steak, and then maybe 3 to 6 oysters. So I would have that every single day, because then you have no veggies, no fat in there,
Yeah.
just pure protein.
And then one more, and bacon, I used to hear that like the leaner the bacon is, the better it is. But now I'm starting to hear the fattier the bacon is, the better the bacon is.
So
The better for you it is.
let me explain that, because we all love bacon. I like turkey bacon better, but we all love bacon. Who doesn't love bacon? You know, I'm not a bacon lover, I'm more of a turkey lover. Turkey bacon lover. Bacon won't get you fat as in make you gain weight, but it will clog arteries. So you might not see it, but your arteries will. Same with grass-fed steak and all that. Same with a little bit, the eggs are a little bit different, but that's a little bit more on that. So if you have tons of bacon every single day, I know the CrossFit community and the weightlifting community, bacon that, and I love bacon, and see you later bacon, and bacon, it's great because they find out that it wasn't bad for you, as in it's good fat and good cholesterol and good meat and good protein, but it still clogs arteries. That still fat layer is gonna be not the greatest for you.
Since we're talking about cholesterol, in moderation, of course.
Yes.
Dietary cholesterol, how and does it generally translate into blood cholesterol, or is that more based on your health level?
It's based on your health level.
And is dietary cholesterol in like a paleo scenario used as body fuel, or should like a different type of fat be preferred?
It's a great question. So, do you guys understand what he's asking? If not, that's okay, I'll tell you. So, what he's asking is, usually in paleo or CrossFit, you start using your fat resources as part of your energy source. Because we all have fat deposits that we can definitely use for energy. So then you start converting your body to go from, okay, I'm using whatever I'm eating as fuel, and now I'm gonna get into my fat deposits, and I'm gonna grab that and use that as a source of energy. So yes, for a lot of people, it depends on what the goal is and how they are in their lives. You should be using that as part of a source of energy. But it's a little bit tougher to get to that unless you have a reset point. If your body's used to running off of carbs, which, for example, a lot of mine is, a lot of Jenna's is, a lot of different people's are. So if you want to switch that, it has to do with what you're going to do for 30 to 60 days to reset that. Your body's not going to be like, in 2 days, be like, oh, there's fat right there, let me use it. I'm going to go run around with it now. No. It's going to be like, okay, that's fat, oh, that's old fat, okay, I'm going to leave it there. Oh, yeah, glucose. I'm going to go run with it. But it never actually gets back to that deposit. So, great question. Very great question. Yes?
Wait, say when you first switch over, are you gonna feel good?
Nope. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
You're gonna feel like you have the flu almost,
Yes.
because your body.
Jenna, share your journey real quick.
I first met Rosario when I was a softball player, and I sat at anywhere from 180 to 190, and I came and I wanted to switch positions where I needed to be lighter, so I went from 190 to about 160 in a summer.
Yep.
Yeah. So
How'd you do that?
I listened to what you said. I trained hard, and it was mostly for performance. Like, I needed to feel myself like an athlete, so I couldn't just cut out all carbs. But the first switch over can be pretty brutal, and I think sometimes people get stuck there, and they're like, they're stupid, this is horrible, I feel like crap, I have no energy, because they're so used to running on the carbs. So that initial transition, and it's not like 60 days, it's a couple days, but it can be a little grueling. Like if you cut out caffeine, you're gonna have headaches, anything like that. Sugar is more powerful than anything else that you've probably
Sugar
ever
is
cut out. So it's pretty brutal, and I think like if people can just like take it and run with it, be like, yeah, this is not going to be fun, but if you can kind of get over that hurdle if that's your goal, then it's definitely worth it because your body just functions so much better and so much healthier. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Jenna came to me and she was strong. She was pretty healthy, I would say. But yeah, she was on the crack. Fully on crack. I mean, she's on crack now, but it's a healthy crack, But she was because of the type of food and the type of source that her body was using for energy. Especially as a softball player, it's really easy to run off of that because you don't have to go for long periods of time in the same type of pace. You go, then you stop. You go. I mean, they're long days, long practices, but they're not continuous, right? So she did change. She went literally strict paleo, and her body transformed like that. And now because she's done that, and she actually did it for a while, let's say she lets go and she starts getting a little more tortilla chips and all that stuff, her body knows when she goes back to maybe even 2 weeks of that, her body responds back again because it has that muscle memory just like anything else. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna talk about what 100% paleo is, so that you understand what it is, and you also understand that it has to be enjoyable, it has to be balanced, it has to be not boring. Paleo is not boring. Eating healthy shouldn't be boring. We're like, oh, broccoli, you guys see the broccoli. Okay, so what is paleo? Most of us
Whole foods.
Googles. Caveman. Okay. All right, who said that? Caveman. Caveman. Why is it caveman? You guys know why paleo?
Whole foods found in nature.
Exactly. Not processed, whole foods found in nature, Paleolithic era. Our ancestors, how they ate. We're not gonna hunt around. I would love to do that, but we're not gonna go and hunt our food now. We have resources for it. Thing about it is we cannot eat exactly like our ancestors did because our physiology has changed throughout the years. This has been over 100 years old. So we have to kind of adapt, but we have to also be able to almost get it as close as we can to we can get a little bit healthier. So what is paleo? I'm gonna tell you the no's and the yes, okay? I know it's gonna be a little bit painful, but okay, no what?
Sugar.
Sugar. Ouch. Dairy.
Carbs.
Grains. Legumes. Alcohol. I know, I broke everyone's heart right now. It's gonna be okay. What else? Chocolate cookie there. Dairy's right there.
Carbs.
Carbs and sugar. Processed foods. GMOs. Pretty much the same, but yeah, put it there. What else? Flowers. And not flowers like sunflowers. I said that to Alicia's mom. She said, yeah, you shouldn't have any flowers. Flowers?
They're so pretty though.
It's cute. So that's no. We're gonna be okay, I promise.
It's a scary list already.
Scary. That's a no. What's a yes?
Water.
Vegetables. Nuts.
Yes. Meats? Especially lean. If you have only bacon, you'll become bacon. You are what you eat, it's true. Okay? That's why my quesadilla sometimes pops around here. Okay, what else? Veggies. What else?
Nuts.
Nuts. Who said that? You had it in your head. Good job. Nuts. What else?
Avocado.
Specific types of fats.
Fats. Good fats. Yes, good fats. Not French fries fats, huh? Some fruits. What else? Water. Lots of water. Lots. Seeds. Sunflower seeds are actually pretty good. What do you think that is? That's real food. That's not a can. That is food. This is where you want to shop where when you go to the store.
Outside of the grocery.
Outside, the things that get bad within 3 days or a week. The cilantro gets bad within a week if you don't eat it. That's fresh. It should be fresh. But you should wash it a lot. Right? So outside of the store, everything else that's here, where is it?
Aisles.
In the aisles in the middle, where you can store it and you can have it at home and then pick it up like, ooh, can of beans. Okay, great. I'll have it with some nachos. Still be good. That means, imagine when it goes into your insides. That's where cancer comes around. Okay? With that said, that just reminded me. What's that? What is that? It is not the San Diego, the San Diego. You guys are so bad. You guys need to go eat some good food. Okay. That's optimal. Disease. This is your food curve. This is diabetes. Well, closer to here. Diabetes, cancer, colon cancer, stomach cancer because all the Red Bulls and all these monsters, and all that stuff. We start in a very good position when we're born, but we have genetics that we're born with. So whatever you're born with, you're going to be born with and you're going to have it. We have predisposition genetics that either you feed them or you'll be like, nope, go away, and I'm going to have something else, right? So this is where we are. We eat crappy, we don't eat enough. Some people think that I'm going to lose weight or I'm going to get a little bit tighter or I'm going to be a little bit stronger if I don't eat. That's not true. You have to eat. Your body's meant to eat. You don't have to eat a ton, but you have to eat just enough. If you overeat, if you overdo it, all that kind of stuff, you get to disease. And then it's really hard to revert it. But I think a lot of us here in this room have the option, have the choice to actually make something better. Especially if you're the youngest kid, 13. Buddy, you have only 13 years in. That's really good. So, okay? Okay, so what is sugar? We already talked about all carbs, some fruits, a lot of fruits. People think because you eat fruit it's healthy, but it's just still sugar. Your body, what you have in, is not going to be like, that was a tasty banana. That was a tasty ice cream. Sugar is sugar to your body. Does it know the difference? So, same as is protein, same as carbs. So you have to kind of understand that. Now, because if you're going to have something bad, might as well have something that it's going to be, like a cookie. Compared to, I'm going to be a little bit healthier and have 10 slices of watermelon. Right? If you're going to cheat, then have a nice cookie that you like. Okay. How much to eat? I'm telling you, I love food. Everyone I think in this place loves food because you wouldn't be here, right? Foodie for life. I call myself professional foodie. How much to eat? 4,000 to 5,000, that's what I try and eat, but I don't need it, but I should, huh?
Honestly say I don't know.
Protein is something you might want to jot down too. So check it out. Your breaks are So, first meal of the day should be your biggest. Medium, smaller, 2 snacks. 3 meals, 2 snacks. That's a general thing. If you're an athlete, if you're doing something else, it's different. Biggest, medium, smallest, 2 snacks, tons of water. Now, what should be in your plate?
Protein.
Protein, the size of my palm. What should be as many, like AMRAP, like CrossFit, as many rounds, as many reps, as many veggies as you possibly can in that. So let's say this. Now, veggies, are you going to have like potatoes and carrots and beets? No, those are starchy ones, remember? So tons of leaves like spinaches, kales, Brussels sprout, like all that kind of good, fresh stuff that you could find. As many different colors you could find on the aisles. Not on the aisles, on the outside of the aisles. So leaves, Veggies. Fat. How much fat do you have? If it's an avocado, remember I said another thing on your head? How much is avocado? For avocado?
A whole avocado?
A whole half avocado. Yes. A whole half. Half avocado. What about if you add in coconut oil or maybe a little bit of butter? Grass-fed butter.
No, never.
Thumb. Thumb. That was good, Tori. Thumb. So what goes here is going to be that little bit of fruit that we talked about. Some fruit. A little bit of fats. A little bit of seeds. It's a hell of a good plate right there. Now, are you going to be freaking starving the first 2 weeks? Hell yeah, you're going to be starving. You're going to be like, I need food, I need a pizza. That's going to start looking like a pizza instead of you. That's fine. So, now, I'm telling you, every single person here, you're going to need less, you're going to need less, you're going to need more, you're going to need more, you're going to need more. You're what, 6'4"? Oh boy, you better be eating, but it's about quality, right? It's going to be about quality. You better eat, and they better feed you. Quality. Same with you. With you, I eat 4,000 calories. I know, I'm not, you know, but that's how my body needs it, because it needs fuel to perform. So I can have sex please.
I said you were done.
Yeah, I said that. It's like every 20 minutes. So what is that going to look like? Same, but it's smaller. So let's say you work out, you're a 6 a.m. workout. Have protein, have 2 boiled eggs, have a couple of nuts. We talked about it. She used to have with a banana coming here. I'm like, I know whose banana that is. And then approach it. So you change it up, and then after your workout, bam! Then a snack in between. Then medium, then a snack, then that. Maybe for bed, protein shake with just protein, 30 grams of protein. If you have a lot of carbs before bed, you're not going to sleep good, I'm telling you, or you're going to wake up stuffy-nosed. Okay? And tons of water throughout. How much water? 120 ounces what? Water. So what is that? How many gallons? 1 gallon? Should have at least a gallon, at least. 2 gallons would be great. If you're a sweaty person, you better get 2 gallons.
Doesn't it just depend on your body?
It is depending on your body. So, Casey's not gonna have 3 gallons compared to Mr. Matt. Mr. Matt's gonna have about a gallon and a half.
So I used to drink a gallon at work all the time, like when I work at like sometimes 9 hours a day.
Okay.
And I seriously thought I was drowning from the inside. Like I felt like walking around, I feel like squishing around. Yeah. I'm gonna throw up if I keep drinking water.
Okay, yeah. That's 9 hours of your day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, spread it out a little bit more. Well, I would cut in a little bit, but especially because you went from not drinking to like 1 gallon, right? Yeah, exactly. So you went from like your stomach's like this, guys. That's how big your stomach is. It's nothing bigger than that. The baby stomach is like this. So imagine the water. That's what you feel like that. So spread it out. You know what I like to do? I like to do about 8 ounces, 4 to 8 ounces every 20 minutes. 4 to 8 ounces every 20 minutes. It's a glass of water every 30 to an hour. Now, another thing, you don't chug the water. You sip throughout the day. Because if you're like, oh, I need to go down there. Okay. Oh, let's go. Okay, I'll come back to that. Who does that? I know I do that sometimes. Right? No. Sip it throughout. You feel better. Same. Go ahead.
Regardless of how big or small you are, a gallon of water.
Yeah, give or take. I would start, if you don't drink a lot of water now, don't go and like drink a gallon and a half because you're not gonna feel good. I would start increasing. So think about this way. 8 ounces every 40 minutes. Or maybe a full glass of water every hour. Start like that. If you're very active though, you gotta drink more. If your job is outside and you're sweating all the time, you gotta drink more. If you're a sweaty person, you gotta drink more. Okay? So let's say you work out in the afternoon. Who works out in the afternoon most of the time? Okay. If you gotta hit if you try to drop your body fat, okay, what I would suggest is after you sleep and you wake up, have protein right away. So a couple boiled eggs. Boiled eggs will be great for you. A couple almonds. And then go to your job. At 10:30 or so, have your lunch. And then have that before a workout, not right before, but just before, a couple hours before. Have the workout and then have this. And then a snack before going to bed. See how that works? You still have to have this one the biggest, not just because you work out, you have the biggest thing. You are loading up your water or your piggy bank so that when you work out, you feel good to go. Who feels like sometimes when you train, you're just like, you're not fueled? Like I know sometimes me and Jenna are like, dude, we need to eat before we actually train. Yeah, I talked to you. We need to eat more. You want to add something before I move on?
No,
Good. So does that make sense? How much and when? How much and when is going to be the most important thing? Remember, who goes to sleep before 9? I don't. So that's okay. Great. I mean, I'm so proud of you guys. Who goes to sleep? Okay, what time do you wake up usually? Okay.
In the morning?
Let's just say you sleep for 8 hours. And then, exactly. Wow. Because I know.
Yeah.
Let's say you go to bed at 9, but your last meal was at 7, and then you wake up at 5:30 before a 6 a.m. class. How many hours is that with no food? Because then you came and you just didn't eat anything, and you worked out, and you're getting ready for work, and you have to do your work at 8, and then you end up eating around 9 a.m. Holy crap. Your body is eating itself. You don't feel it? Because I feel it when it's eating myself. You have to eat, guys. The first thing you have is catalytic, so it's just eating you away. So all those gains that you're getting here is eating it. And then your body's gonna do, the first thing that you eat, especially if it's not quality, especially if it's a donut, or especially if it's something that is not the best for you, is gonna grab on because it's gonna think it's going in starvation. Your body is amazing. It's gonna wanna think that. So you have to make sure that you're eating and breaking that habit of not eating for 12 hours, sometimes 14. I mean, we all get to those points. Might as well don't eat the whole day, you know what I mean? Yes.
Wait, so I can't do like if it fits your macros and like not eat and then eat all my calories
Thank you for
dinner?
bringing that up. Okay, macros. Who knows about macros? I know those two do. Listen, macros are not bad. Are they good? They're not that great. Are they bad? They're not that bad. So this is the thing about macros. I did macros when I was a junior in college because I needed to get to a certain body fat for track. Yes.
Sorry, I don't know what macros are.
Perfect. Macronutrients. Proteins, carbs, fats.
Measuring each one.
Measuring each one so you know exactly what you're having in your
With the
body.
scale. Like,
So you
Oh,
scale.
yeah, my friend does
Oh, 4 ounces of juice.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna fit my macros. Oh, it has about 2 grams of sugar. There's a protein. Yes, okay, perfect. I'll drink it.
Yeah.
Now, what's in it? It might fit my macros, but is it fitting my healthy food style that I want to actually hit? This could be full of sugar, but it's gonna hit my macros, and I'm gonna be fine. Holy crap! And I'm still drinking it or eating it. It'll fit my macros. Meaning, for example, I have to hit, let's say 32 calories a day. And I have to hit, let's say 80 grams of this, proteins, this of carbs, this of fat. How do you determine that? It's because of what you want to hit for your goals. And you count. So you could do, what's that app that you guys do? Yes, MyFitnessPal. I use that one too, and it's great. You can go to Pollo Loco and be like, okay, I'm gonna have 2 drumsticks. What is my macros on this? And it'll show you. The thing about that, it'll fit what you're eating, and like I said, your body's only gonna know. It doesn't know the difference, but it's the quality of food. So would it fit your macros? Yes. Yeah. A pizza can fit my macros if I don't eat anything else. But it'll fit my macros for as many carbs I need, as many proteins I need, as many carbs I need. It will fit my macros, but the quality of the food is going to be crap.
like I would say that people would do that only are looking at the one aesthetics and they're not looking at the disease, optimal health, everything else, and they don't care about any of that. They don't take into consideration anything else. So it's
That's
just
a
a different
huge point.
approach. Yeah.
It becomes a diet. Ketone diet. Who's heard of that? No carbs at all. poop smells really bad and your sweat smells really bad because your blood and your brain needs glucose. It runs out of glucose. So if you don't have good carbs in your brain, you're a zombie. Diet, out the way. What else? Fasting, out the window. What else?
Carb cycling.
Carb cycling. I love that one. I've done it too. Carb cycling is great. It gets you plumped up. Feels good. You get also pumped. And then it deflates you. And then what deflates you? Your brain. Then what happens? So many changes within your body, it's not good. Steady changes, steady levels of anything in your body is going to be better. So, now, let me tell you, I'm not discounting YouTubers. I'm not discounting that there's some great diets out there to get to what you need to get to, right? Bodybuilding, I give them 100% props on what they do because they have to get to a certain goal. But then after that, they have to get into a regular routine, right? So what we're talking today is how to sustain a healthy food type of lifestyle. That's what I'm talking about today. Because it has to be balanced. So am I going to tell you I don't have tacos and quesadillas sometimes and nachos? No way. I have it. It's my cheat day. That's my cheat day. I have chilaquiles with some sour cream and cheese.
Stop it.
And some eggs on top. Oh, so delicious. I know. It was my cheat. And then I couldn't even nap because my system was off. Okay. So that's 100% paleo. If you've never done it, I don't care if you're skinny, fat, big, large, I don't care. You should do it. 30 days. If you really want to go about it and set your body, you should do it 60 days. I'm telling you, what Coach Jenna said, it's going to be freaking amazing. You're going to lose some inches, you're going to lose here and there. But if you have inches to lose, you're going to, I'm telling you, your body's going to reset. Who thinks they're a sweet tooth here? Oh, Sam, show me because I know. That crap is going to be at the window, I promise. But you have to reset your body because sometimes your body is set in certain ways. But as a baby, you don't know if you're a sweet tooth unless the mom is telling you, yeah, try the chocolate, Cameron. I'm not a sweet tooth. I'm a salty, want to eat Doritos, popcorn, nachos, type of person. Or fries or burgers. Fries, burgers, and beers, right? That sounds delicious. If you're both, you have to definitely reset it. So what I would suggest, guys, I know, tacos. What I would suggest is give yourself that chance to be like, okay, can I do this? Yes. Is it going to be hard? Absolutely. But once you get over that hump, you're going to feel so much better. And then that you're resetting. And after that, then you can find a balance to be like, okay, I cannot keep up for the rest of my life, right? So then you find that balance of what I'm going to talk about next. But if you haven't done it, you should. Just okay. We have the DRS Fit Challenge coming up, and that would be the perfect time to actually do it. And if you've done it before, I would do it again. We might actually do it. March 5th starts. So a little shout out for that. Okay, so let's say you've done it. I'm gonna go really quick into this because for a lot of you guys who's done it actually? I know you guys have. Yep. Like strict 30 to 60 days failure.
I've made it like 10 days tops.
It's after that 14 days. After that 14 days, like,
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. You guys are gonna go in a great ride. So let's say you've done it, okay? And if you haven't done it, don't go to this because there's gonna be that 80-20%, 80 paleo and 20 not paleo, and then it becomes a 70 paleo and 30, and then it becomes a 60, and then it becomes a 50, and I'm like, oh, I'm eating crap again, right? So balance. For performance, you get a little bit more carb intake. So I add rice, and I add some corn. Corn has to be specifically so that way your glycemic is not so high. So for example, on a lot of our performance, because we burn tons, we're moving all the time, we add the rice right after a workout. We add a little bit more sweet potatoes after a workout. If you're trying to get lean, don't do that, right? Other thing that we do, what I know I do sometimes, is in the mornings I have 5 eggs, 5 boiled eggs, a cup of oatmeal, but literally the cup of oatmeal is dry with water, 4 blueberries with water, not milk, not almond milk, Not almond sweetened milk, none of that. Just cup of water like that with water with oatmeal, 5 eggs, 4 blueberries. I'm up. Because I don't have any coffee. So that's my, so it keeps my insulin level like that. But I don't have any, I try not to have a lot of that stuff. Breads, I try not to because I know she's gluten-free. She's gluten allergic, intolerant. And I started noticing that the gluten and the dairy and the grains have made a huge difference when I cut that out on my sinuses, on my chest, on my lungs, on my sleeping patterns. So all that's gonna get better, guys, if you guys get into healthier eating habits, I promise. I know you cut a lot of your dairy, right? Your gallon of milk a day.
I used to drink like a gallon of milk.
He would, guys. I would too.
Gallon of milk.
God, no, never. So, I know, I love milk, guys. I love sour cream. So, and cheese! Quesadillas! I eat that. So, what I would suggest, guys, if you guys get to that point, yes? Yes.
If you have like protein shakes or whatever, then like
That way.
Water.
Water and espresso
And
shot.
my coffee's it's really good.
Espresso shot.
I'll try one of those.
So the protein that we sell here is literally amino acids, 30 grams of protein, and that's that. There's no processed crap in it. And honestly, I've had muscle milk, I've had this, I've had that. We have a lot of other different ones, but that one tends to like be nice and easy and actually absorb better. Okay, so what I was gonna say is, remember, we're not perfect. We're not trying to find a diet. We're trying to find something that it's more of a healthy type of style, right? So, exactly. So if you're gonna try that, you literally have to do none of that. For 30 days, give it to you guys, give it to yourself. And now when you get back at it, there's 21 meals in what? In a week. Do your math. 7 times 3, plus 2 snacks. 2 times 7, 14 snacks. 14 snacks, 21 meals. Okay, great. If you eat 4 meals, then it's different. But let's say you eat 3 meals. Let's say you eat that. You have 21 meals. If you're doing the 30 days or 60 days, I would give yourself that cheat meal on those 7 days. You know what I mean? So every 21 meals, you'd be like, okay, I'm gonna have a cheat meal. But cheat meal doesn't mean a cheat Saturday, a cheat Sunday, and then, okay, maybe a cheat Monday morning. Okay, I feel good. It means 1 meal, so that way you just reset. Okay, back at it. I'm good. But after those 14 days, you're gonna feel a lot better. Okay?
And with that, if you're someone that falls off the deep end, don't do the 1. If 1 always becomes 8, like for you mentally, don't even do the 1. Like for some people, I think it's easier to stay clean if you're not known for your discipline. I would not. If you can, and it helps you and it gives you a boost to get back at it and get grinding, so that you have to know yourself a little bit, because a lot of people, not a lot, but some people really struggle after the 1 to not make it 12.
Yeah. No, that's a very good point. Because if you derail and you know once you derail, it's like, no, okay, maybe I'll have a little bit more of that, and you just continue derailing, it's tough. Some people, it's better just to be told cold turkey and be like, okay, you know what, I can do it. No, I'll put it away, I don't want that. Right? So yeah, that's a great point. With that, actually, whatever you have in your cupboard, what do you call it? Cupboard, in your home, your pantry. It's her mom's, the pantry, yeah. If you have crap in there, that's been there for years, take it out. Wait, but don't throw it. Because earthquake and all that stuff, right? Put it somewhere where you're gonna need it eventually at one point. You're not gonna be eating paleo if something happens. Hopefully nothing happens. But put it away. Now, if you have all those other stuff that every time you open something, you see or you smell, you cannot have it like that. You have to help yourself. Just like I said, you have to help yourself. So if that makes you want it, cut it out. Like I love Doritos. I told you that, right? If I see Doritos, I had a Dorito bag in my truck from I think it was the football party. And I kept looking at it, and I wasn't even hungry, and I was like, I don't even smell it, I knew they were there, and it's the crunchy stuff. So, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put it inside my Coke compartment. So, but I know they're there, but I don't see them, so it helps. So that's just emergency. Yes, that's my emergency. Dorito seeds, beef jerky. Beef jerky is good as long as Hey, yours beef jerky is pretty good, no?
Oh man.
Nah, oh man, we gotta fix that. Okay, when we talk about when, we talk about what, we talk about how much. Any other questions before we wrap it up? Yes, sir.
How soon before a workout should you eat? Because I know if I eat like 20 minutes before I work out, I'm gonna puke.
Exactly, it's gonna be dependent on you. I need at least an hour or two. If I'm running, it's 2. If you know that your stomach's like that and you're going hard, especially doing the workouts here, maybe have something that is lighter. Maybe like a little snack. Or if you have time, an hour or 2 before, it's always good to have digestion, because if you haven't digested, the blood that you're supposed to be using for your muscles is gonna go, and it's gonna go, you know what I mean?
Yeah, in regards to that,
Uh-huh.
because I have the same problem, is it okay to have like a small snack, like you said, and then have that first big meal
Yes,
after?
absolutely, because you're gonna feel better working out. You have to have a little bit of something, and then you hit that big meal. Oh, you're gonna feel great throughout the day if you do that. Especially for you AMers. Albert.
Tell us about almond milk.
Almond milk. Thank you, because I almost forgot. Almond milk.
Can't milk it all.
Huh?
Can't milk it all.
Can't milk an almond.
Where does it come from?
There you go. Can't milk an almond. Just think about this. If you're gonna have almond milk, don't have it sweetened, because then you're defeating the purpose or whatever you call it. If you're gonna have milk, might as well have milk. If you're not gonna have milk, the only thing with almond milk, how many almonds does it take to actually do almond milk? Tons, right? So if you have a lot of that, it's gonna be your fat intake that's supposed to be a fist of nuts. It's gonna become 4 fists of nuts. So your fat intake now went really high. Also, a lot of people are actually kind of bad with the almond milk. It hurts their stomach because it's a lot of fat. So
Same thing with almond butter.
With
People
almond
like-
butter.
Like, it's like one piece of celery and it's like,
Yeah.
kids,
It's
you
so
never get
calorie
that much.
dense, you can like scoop up 1,000 calories of almond butter.
Oh, easily.
exactly.
But like, so would you still qualify as being strict paleo if, for example, you put like 2 ounces of almond milk in your like tea or coffee every morning?
Yeah, almonds are paleo. They're fine. Yeah, hummus. Garbanzo beans are not. But that's another thing of a balanced diet that I would add with the rice. I have garbanzo beans, some legumes. I would have some legumes. The only thing, just don't forget about it. The only thing with legumes, why is it no legumes, guys? Do you guys know
They're
that?
hard to digest.
Harder to digest, but also they're starchy. So what happens when things are starchy? Spikes your insulin level. So it doesn't mean that they're bad. You have to just know the timing and what to eat. Alexis. Oh, sorry, no, Victoria was first.
Butter.
Butter. Butter is like, comes from a cow source, right? Or does it? Does it or it does? Yes, grass-fed. So if it's grass-fed, you know butter's not bad, just nuts, fish, protein.
Wait, you can have butter, but you can't have milk?
That's what I'm saying. If you're gonna have milk, you have it normal. You have the normal milk. I would have the normal milk because it comes from a grass-fed cow. If you're gonna have butter, you're gonna have grass-fed butter. If you're not gonna have any, then you don't take any. I'll take anything
It's
else.
kind of like the primal versus paleo, like
Exactly.
that debacle.
Like the balanced one versus 100%. 100% paleo, it's no butter, no milk, no sour cream, no cheese. You know what I'm saying?
And-
Make your own butter.
And because, yeah, a lot of the reason why they originally cut that out of the paleo diet was because of how poor the sources are of those products in this country. So to find grass-fed, you have to go out and get it. Like, it's not easy to find raw dairy. It's
Raw.
illegal in this
Exactly.
country. You can't even go across state lines with it. So since it's so hard to find, they cut it out because 900,000 out of them like are not getting good
Exactly.
sources of it.
But for
So-
example, in Europe, they have a lot of raw milk, a lot of raw cheese, like all the raw stuff that it will actually be, think of it like
It's a different product.
it's a different product.
You know,
like
it's
the
like
eggs
two
are
totally
orange
different things almost.
because they're free
Yeah.
range. They're so good. They look orange right there, but it's actually
It tastes better.
Alex,
Like
do you
yogurt
have
too.
one?
It was about the legumes that we Googled.
Oh, what legumes are?
Yeah.
Beans, garlic.
What about coconut water? Is that okay to
Coconut water is good. You don't replace it with your regular water. The only thing with coconut water is the sugar. High sugar. But for example, let's say if after a workout, you could have that with actually your protein shake. You can put the cocoa water.
Instead of water.
Protein shake. Yeah. After work. It's all about the timing and quality. What else? Hit me, hit me.
I think my biggest downfall is looking at the sugar.
Sugar. I'm telling you, that's why I put it
It'll
first.
kill me.
And that you guys said it first. That's the crap.
When it comes to like fats, we have nuts, seeds, avocado, coconut oil.
Coconut oil.
That's pretty much fat.
Some olive wouldn't be too bad, olive oil.
And you
Virgin
can
olive
get
oil.
some from meats naturally.
Meats.
From the little, if you can get good quality red meat, that's gonna
That's
be
where the fat is.
too, yeah.
What about seed oils?
Seed oils, I
Like
would
sesame or sunflower?
rapeseed more, but then you have to see if
Not
it's
good
like
to cook with,
legit.
though.
Exactly.
They go rancid.
Coconut would be
Chocolate.
better. Olive, virgin olive would be better. Chocolate, dark chocolate. If it's dark chocolate, it's higher than 60% of the cocoa. It's actually pretty good. It's actually good for you. Now you're gonna have like a lot of bars.
Not Hershey's.
Yeah, not Hershey's.
She says chocolate. Forgot it was really good.
What about lactose free?
Huh?
What about lactose free?
Lactose-free lactated milk, the red one. Oh man, that's delicious. It's the same thing. It just has no lactose. So it's still processed, it's still that. So if you're gonna drink, oh, but are you lactose intolerant?
Yeah.
You are? Then lactate would be your best option. But if you're gonna have dairy stuff, raw, or something that it gets a little bit more of that. Now, if you're trying to lean out, cut that out.
If you drink alcohol, what alcohol do you recommend?
Thank you for asking, because I know people were asking about that. I know I broke your heart with that. Remember 80% this guy? Alcohol. Okay. Check this out. Check this out, guys. Check this out. This is a great, thank you for asking that, because I know people would probably think it, but it's so much information. If you be good, if you only had a little bit of fruit, you only had a bat, and your sugar intake is low, which it should be. Sugar is not gonna give you fuel, guys. It's the food and the quality. Remember that. It only gives you for a quick sip. It goes back down. Same with coffee. So, if you be good, who likes wine? Raise your hand. Who likes white wine? Raise your hand. Any kind of wine. Raise it, guys. I don't. I like beer. Okay. If you be good, your cheat can be that red glass of wine, because that red glass of wine has tons of sugar. So that's your cheat. Now, if you're gonna drink beer, I know I like beer, so I know she. Or margarita, that's something different. But if you're drinking beer, that could be your starchy carbs. Now your starchy carbs with 24 of them, no, that's gonna be too much. But maybe one or two, when you're being pretty good, or that balance that we're talking about, you have to have balance. Now, vodka is starchy because it comes from potatoes. Don't think that is clean. Tequila would probably be the most paleo-ish because it's agave. I cannot have that. I know, I'm Mexican, I can't have it though. She likes it. Now, tequila with a margarita mix and all that other, no. Okay? Bubbly, high sugars, but it's delicious, but high sugar. Bubbly and orange juice. Sugar bomb in your body. But it's still delicious. Huh? Whiskey. Scotch. I will stick with tequila. But now make good decisions, remember? Quality of life. Make good choices, right? Make good choices.
It leads to sex time.
It's part of balance, right?
Balance.
Okay.
I'll make you make that choice.
Stick to water.